Hey guys, welcome to another quick look review. Today we are looking at Bilbo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings, as produced by Asmus Toys. Now, this is the old version of Bilbo Baggins, as portrayed by Ian Holme. So previously we had the young Bilbo, portrayed by Martin Freeman, but for this particular release, this is the brand new in home version. Now this has only been out for a couple of weeks. As you can see, I do have the gold sticker. We are going to go over the box in just a sec, but this version is limited to one of 200 pieces because it includes a different display stand than what we used to previously seeing, and it also includes a second head sculpt, which I will show shortly. So as you can see with the box, it is a magnet kind of book style box, which works really well because as you can see here, we have this beautiful maroony type color for this box, which is actually the cover of The Hobbit, or well, A Hobbit's Tale, as it's called in the film, and it is that that cover that we see Bilbo writing in. So the fact that they actually made The Hobbit the box is very cool. And you can see at the top there, it does look like pages. Yes, it is just a print, but nonetheless, it is quite cool. Alright, so you can see that it's got the Hobbit star there. It tells us that's Bilbo Baggins. You can see there is that really faint printing there, which is really quite cool. Bilbo Baggins, Lord of the Rings, 6-scale collectible figure, has BB Bilbo Baggins, and then it is the online store exclusive. As I said, this version includes an extra stand and a head sculpt. If you order from Pop Culture or a store like that, then you are very unlikely to receive the extra pieces. Some stores like Toys Buying Agent do offer the online version, but in very small quantities. So I guess it just depends on if you're lucky enough to order. It is still in stock. I did not actually pre-order this. I was going to, and I never got around to it. And so I placed an order on Wednesday, and here it is today. So I think by far the quickest that I've ever received an item from Asmus. I'm just going to leave that open slightly, and I really do like how this does look like a spine of a book. Both sides are identical, as you saw. So yeah, when we open this up, we do get it as if it was like a book. Bilbo Baggins. It tells us the artist, who did what. And then we have this really cool, I'm just going to lay that down so the figure doesn't fall out. We do get this really cool image there of Ian Holme as Bilbo Baggins, and it says in memory of, and then it's got the Lord of the Rings. So yeah, really quite cool, and it's got the foam on that side, so your figure is not going to get damaged. Now, normally I do take the tape and whatnot off as soon as I get these, but as I said, this is a brand new. It only came this afternoon, a couple of hours ago, so I hadn't really had a chance to do that. So I will do the reverse of what I normally do. I am going to look at the figure itself first, and then the accessories, just the way this guy is. So you can see that there is the second sculpt. If you're not yeah, if you didn't order that extra version, then you're not going to have that, as I previously have said. Now, this is, the tailoring on this is fantastic. So he does have pockets on his jacket, which is really quite nice. Tailoring, you can see the Hobbit hair. The, I do apologize, the jacket here is creating some shadow there. So I'm not sure how well that is going to show up. But yes, he does have hobbit hair there. You can see his little buttons, the imaging on the inside of the jacket there, and then that sculpt. Which you can see is really quite nice, and I will pop that off the head in just a moment. He does have a shirt, another undershirt as you can see, but I'm not going to undo all that because there's really no point, because it was not like that in the film. There's the back there, as you can see it's like a felty material. It is going to hinder your articulation just a bit, depending on what you're going to do, but this is the old version of Bilbo, so he's not going to be really doing anything too dynamic anyway. There are no pockets on this one though, which is a little unfortunate, but they've put the sewing in it and make it look like that there are. Alright, so as I said, there is our sculpt of Ian Holme, and as I said, it does look quite good, and it definitely looks like Bilbo. I think the main issue that a lot of people are going to have with this is the sculpted hair, because obviously his hair, as he was quite old, his hair was quite messy and sort of all over the place. But this sculpt is really quite good, I believe. Now this was $330, including the express shipping, which I think is pretty good. It is the same price on Pop Culture, but as I said, you're not going to get the second sculpt that I'm about to show you. Yeah, so putting that back on wasn't too much of an issue. You're just going to have to work that back into the vest, which is probably why they've allowed that button there, in case you did have a fair bit of trouble futzing it back down. So I imagine that that's just going to go in there like that, and then you just get it looking nice and straight, I would believe. Similar to how it was when you first got it out of the box. But yeah, that part there is actually tied around the neck, so when you lift it up, you are going to pull this part out of the jacket, which is a little bit unfortunate, but as I said, with the right amount of futzing, it's going to look quite natural again anyway. Alright, so the first of the accessories that you're going to get, as this is the exclusive version, is this transfix sculpt. Now, I'm not entirely sure on how accurate this sculpt is, but I mean, it's an inclusion. It's an inclusion they didn't really have to do, but they did. So, as you can see, it is Bilbo screaming out for when he wants the ring, the transfixed, as they call it. You can see the wrinkles and the detailing is still all there from the original sculpt, just that now the eyes are obviously very wide, the hair is more messed up, and obviously his mouth is wide open, screaming. Again, I think having the screaming effect probably loses a fair bit of the likeness, maybe, but that could just be because we're not used to having sculpts that are stuck in such dynamic poses. And I've never liked the Doc Brown sculpt where he's just in the Great Scott pose. So yeah, that's that there. We'll put him to the side, we'll put that second sculpt around and we'll go through some of the things that this figure comes with. And obviously that was going to happen. Alright, similar to Hot Toys, you are going to get a second... Oh, first of all, you do get this little instruction sheet. Tells you how to... It tells you how to swap the heads. That's there. Shows you how to swap jackets. It tells you about some things that you get there. And then you can how to load up the backpack and stuff. And that it comes with the book has printed pages, but I will show that in a moment. And it also is folded the wrong way, because it really should be folded that way. Yeah, so you do get the 2 wrist pegs in case you break them, like Hot Toys includes. You do get this walking stick. It's not the most detailed thing ever, but it looks like a stick, which is fine, as he just pretty much had a stick when he left. You do get this backpack, which is very nice. This back bit is pleather. Then we get this kind of padded inside there. Very, very nice detailing there, as you can see. And then you can untie that if you wish. I'm not going to. And you get like a little bedroll in there. And then you obviously have the straps to go over his arms. You do get a cooking pot, which is going to go with the backpack accessories. Do get a cup. And you do get his pipe from where he is sitting with Gandalf, as I believe that the new Gandalf also comes with a pipe. You do get the jacket that he changes into when he is leaving the Shire, as opposed to the one that he wears on his 100th and 11th birthday. Again, it's got some very nice lining and then a felt outside. The pockets are still there, which is really quite nice. And obviously this is a much darker browny colour for that. And that's just going to sit there over your instructions. Now, you do get The Hobbit, as I said. This is before Bilbo's ridden it, but it is The Hobbit there and back again. Signed by Bilbo Baggins. So this is what they've modelled the box after, which is really quite nice. And then you are going to be able to look at the pages. So it's really cool. They have actually done this as if it's the copy that Frodo is writing in at the end of Return of the King. I apologize that the writing is too small for the camera to focus on there, but it does say that it is There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins, and The Lord of the Rings by Frodo Baggins. And then you have all these printed pages, which is really cool. Alright, so you are going to get a variety of different hands. So you are going to get this hand for gripping the cup and whatnot. Now, this is really cool. You do get the pointing hand with the ring on it. Now, the ring is removable, so I would suggest extreme caution, because you do not want... Now, it is die-cast. It feels die-cast, which is really cool. Now, you can see that this is extremely tiny, so I would suggest utmost caution if you are removing it. You get this hand here, which you can kind of use, I guess, as the hand where he tips the ring onto the floor. They didn't give you the envelope to put the ring in, which I think was probably a little bit of a letdown. Go for the envelope, but again, I've throws in the fire. But you kind of have this grabbing, come closer hand. You get another one of these hands, just the opposite side. So you get this hand, which is probably for the stick and probably more suited for the cup. I do apologize. You get this kind of a fist hand, not too sure what it's going to be used for, because you do actually get you get two of those. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. You do get right and left. And then again, so right and left, yeah, sorry, you do get a right and left fist, and you get a right and left hand for holding the walking stick. So yeah, that's pretty much everything he comes with, which again is a nice, a nice bunch of accessories. It's a nice full tray there. And of course, you do obviously get the two relaxed palms that are already on the figure there. And then we do get this. Now this is really quite cool. So as I said, this is 1 of 200 with that second sculpt. And it is just the base of him leaving the Shire. Gandalf had the no admittance sign if you purchase the Crown version, so I imagine this went with that. Now this is 006, and it tells you, but it is the online store exclusive. The paint on here, the bottom here, is a bit rough. It's a little bit of a shame, but as you can see, this is stone, polystone. But the paint and detailing is really, really quite nice. All the dirt and the tree there and all the leaves. So you'll notice that there's no grabber, but there is this little thing here. So what I'm assuming, I'm sorry, there is a little mark there. So what I'm assuming is that they probably wanted you, if you were going to use this, is I imagine they want you to place the stick in there like so, because that fits, and then have Bilbo holding it, and then that would assist you in being able to have the figure stand. So we'll just test that very quickly. As I said, I have not seen very many of these around at all, let alone, I saw the professional unboxing that Asmus did, but the quality of the sculpt was quite hard to see in that. Let's see if that can line up with that hole. So they probably, sorry, just got to adjust the camera for that. Yeah, so they probably intended you to do something like that with it. As I said, he is standing really quite well there. Standing on his display stand there, ready to leave the Shire to go looking for the elves to finish his book. So yeah, quite a really nice inclusion. And it's like I said, especially being such a limited set at 200 is something that's really, really quite cool. As most have done limited sets like that in the past, but so I think Elrond was quite limited. There was an Orc I never bought that was quite limited. Gothmog may have been slightly more. But yeah, just overall, as a piece, I do really like this. So yeah, I do really like this as a piece. Just looking at all the different pieces. Said the tailoring. So yeah, I think they really did get most of Ian Holme in there. And as I said, it's probably, hopefully they do continue their Lord of the Rings line, and they do keep doing characters. There's been talk of them attempting a Sauron. Whether or not we actually get it for the Crown series, I don't know, because there's been talk of that Crown King Aragon for quite some time, but we've yet to see that. So yeah, like I said, plenty of accessories, a huge bonus. As I said, I don't think I will personally use this, but I mean, it's a nice inclusion to have, just the option of having an extra sculpt, but that display stand is really quite nice. I believe if you do just get the standard, I think you just get the black normal cradle, the ring stand. It's a shame we didn't get the option, because normally they give it to you. So like the deluxe Legolas included both the deluxe stand and the regular stand. The deluxe Dante and Virgil, again, came with both stands. Galadriel, I think, came with both stands. So yeah, it's just a bit of a shame that we didn't get the standard stand for this. But nonetheless, pretty good likeness to Bilbo Baggins, I would say. And like I said, the main thing to keep, if you do plan on using this hand with the ring, yeah, if you do end up using this hand, just do be very careful with how small that ring is, because it is designed to be removed. And the accessories do tell you that it is a removable ring. It's listed on the website as having a removable ring, but yeah, the box doesn't actually warn you about that. So it's just something to be in mind of. Just again, that hobbit hair on the feet, and then as I said, that that sculpt, and I do think it is really quite nice. So it's going to go well with Frodo and Sam, go well with Gandalf. I don't know, maybe you want to have a display where you have the young characters on one side and the old characters on the other. You can have the two Bilbos standing in the middle. It's up to you. But as I said, I'm judging from what I've seen. You're going to want to do something like that. If you're going to have him on the other side, walking uphill, you can probably do that. But something like that is going to be your display stand. No cradle or anything, but as I said, he is standing there really quite well, not moving or anything at all. You can probably even have him reaching into his pocket if you want to try and pull off that pose, or you might even have him, as I very, very delicately attempt to place the ring in his palm, just standing there like that. So yeah, it's going to be up to you how you display him. But nonetheless, I am quite happy with this figure, as I've been quite happy with a lot of Asmus's stuff. As I said, I've purchased more recently the deluxe Legolas, Virgil, and I've had some of the other Devil May Cry figures for some time, but Galadriel. And as I do plan on getting one more set of module cases, and that'll be my probably Lord of the Rings display in the center module case, and then work around from there. As with the dynamic bases and things, it is quite hard to fit the Lord of the Rings stuff in DTOFs, which is why they are still not on display. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this quick look at Bilbo Baggins. Check the description, like the community page, join the Facebook group, subscribe, do whatever. We've just done the community resource. We have a whole bunch of updates for the battery debacle. We've got some information on displays. We've got information on dehumidifiers, etc. Whole range of things that we're just starting to rebuild into a proper resource. Stuff that we've been talking about for quite a long time that we've been cycling around. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This has been a quick look at Bilbo Baggins, the old version as portrayed by Ian Holme in The Lord of the Rings.